Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm so excited for this video because if you missed my last video, we just launched something brand new at RAVIE Beauty, which is my beauty brand. Our Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blushes are here. You guys, thank you so much for all of your comments, okay? First of all of your support. Launch day was so amazing because of you, so just thank you. Today I'm excited because I told you guys in that video, since that was more of like the reveal and the launch, I wanted to do this video where I show you guys how I wear each of these shades. So we launched with 3 shades. We have Daydream, which is our peachy pink. We have Paradise, which is like a sun-kissed pink, so pretty. And then we have Oasis, which is like a raspberry pink. I obviously have been using these for a very long time. I've worked on the formula and this product in general for over a year, but I actually had the final product completed in like January. So I've had a lot of time to really figure out how I like to, incorporate these different colors into my routine. Just a disclaimer, of course, there's no rules with makeup, so you can take these, be inspired by them, and wear them however you would like. This is just kind of what I've noticed have been my go-to per shade. So similar to Effortless Lips, I feel like there's certain looks that work well with the lip colors, and these are the looks that I've been loving to do with each blush. I will also give you my recommendations for lip pairings with Effortless Lips, which is my dream everyday lip formula. I do definitely have some recommendations. Again, there's no rules. You can mix and match with whatever you would like, but I'm just going to show you guys how I wear these blushes. We're going to focus this on the blush. So I already have my foundation, my concealer, my brows, and I'll have all those products linked down below for you guys in case you're wondering what I'm using everywhere else, but I just want to make sure we can like get to the blush part, since I'm showing you multiple looks in this video. The first look I want to show you is the one that I love doing with Oasis. Again, Oasis is the raspberry shade. She's definitely the most bold of the bunch, but don't be intimidated by how it looks in the pan. On me, obviously a little goes a long way because I'm very fair, okay? So just a light little dip of the brush and I'm good to go. But this one works so beautifully on so many different skin tones. But I want to show you how I love to wear this because it truly is one of my favorite blushes of all time. I mean, of course it is. I made it. But you know what I mean? Like, this color really does something for me that just brings a lot of joy and it looks so pretty on the face. Let me just show you. It's better to show you than tell you. When I wear this, I like to keep everything else a little more soft on the face. I like this blush to kind of be the focal point of my look. Again, depending on your skin tone, this might end up being something that feels very everyday to you, but for me, it's a little bit more of like that berry pinched cheek, and I like that to be the inspo for the whole look when I wear this. For me, that's great because when I'm short on time and I'm like, what look do I do? But I want to feel like a little bit fresh and colorful while keeping everything very minimal. Oasis is the perfect blush for that. So usually I love using the Mario bronzer. Obviously, this is just my recommendations, but there are no rules with makeup. I find that something like this that's a little bit less intense for me works really well when using Oasis because again, I want Oasis to be the focal point. But I still do want a little bit of warmth and structure so that my skin looks nice and healthy. This is more of a neutral, but it does have like that deeper berry in there, so it can pull a little bit like neutral cool. That's why I like to add a little bit of warmth with a bronzer, but this one is a shade that kind of closely matches my skin tone, so it's not gonna overpower the look, but it's gonna create, the right amount of definition for me when it comes to this look. So I'm just gonna apply that all over. Like I said, I already have concealer on. For me, you guys know I am a powder girly, okay? And in general, and I'm not saying that you can't apply these blushes without a powder, but I do suggest using at least a light layer of powder since they are powder blushes, just to really ensure that the product is able to diffuse the way it was designed to. Again, there's no rules, you can play around, but this is just what I like to do. You guys know I am the #1 fan of powder. I think it just really makes such a difference in the makeup look. So I'm taking my Huda Beauty powder and just setting the face. And a lot of times, like I'll do my eyes first, then I'll pick a blush. When it comes to Oasis, because I know this is gonna be the focal point, I just go ahead and start applying this. And then I can adjust like how much is on the eyes and all of that after. So let's go ahead and apply this. This is our blush brush, which was custom designed, by the way, to be perfectly tapered all around. It's also so soft. I wanted it to have this shape so that no matter how you picked it up, it's ready to go. It doesn't have like an angle that you have to like make sure you're holding it a certain way. So I'm gonna tap into this. Just a little bit goes a very long way for me. Again, you can diffuse the product into the bristles in the cap, or I usually just kind of like press it into my hand to make sure it's even. And then you're gonna start applying. So like I said, because this is gonna be more of a focal point, I am going to just layer this up. I don't wanna go overboard, but I like to just kind of pat this into the skin first, just to evenly distribute all the blush all over. And you can see like a little bit goes a very long way. I dipped in barely and it's covering the entire cheek. Same thing on this side. I'm gonna go in and just start by adding a light layer. You can always add more, you know, so I like to err on the side of caution, I guess, and just kind of take it easy and build it, because this color is so pretty when it's like super diffused into the cheeks. And I feel like the key to creating that, even though the formula really does blend itself out, those light layers, at least for me and my skin tone, really make a difference here. So I like to take this up toward the temples a little bit, but I mostly focus it right here on the apples of the cheeks. You'll notice that the finish of this is so healthy. Like I just powdered and it doesn't have like visible pearls in here, but the formula itself does have a little bit of a sheen to it. It still has blurring properties and all that, which is important to me when it comes to a blush because I have larger pores here. I also have acne prone skin. So I wanted a blush that was gonna look healthy, but still give me all the things that I love about a powder blush. And this is honestly the best of all the worlds. So for me, like I feel like that's a good place to stop. You could beef it up if you wanted to. We might add more later, just depending on how things go, but so far so good. You guys know, if you've watched my videos, I always take a powder brush and kind of go around the edges. Believe it or not, with this formula, I feel like because it's so diffusing, I rarely need to, like if I'm in a time crunch. I also do this kind of out of habit, but one of my favorite things about this formula is how well it just blends into the face. I feel like I could apply blush forever and ever, but we'll stop there. So now that we've got our berry-kissed cheeks, for the eyes, I usually like to keep it really soft and I don't like to do anything too crazy. So for me, I like to take some sort of a neutral matte color. I'm gonna dip into this palette right here today. This one is the Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals palette. And I'm gonna go in with this color right here. And I'm just gonna sweep this into the crease. So again, this is nothing crazy. Like it's just to add a little subtle definition. And I like to do that on the lower lash line as well. Something that I love to do, again, this is kind of a personal preference, but I like to use browns on the eyes when it comes to this blush, but not as far as like eyeshadow. I like to use a brown liner and a brown mascara. Again, you guys, you can use whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I typically do. I think there's something about berry and brown that I just like personally really love right now. I'm just gonna use this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Total Taupe. This is a really soft brown. I'm especially excited for this blush shade for winter. Obviously you can wear this all year round, but like imagine this with a sparkly eyeshadow. It'd be so pretty for winter. Okay, but this one is very much like an everyday look that I'm creating. All right, let's do a brown mascara. I'm just gonna use this one from Rudi Berry and Beaubble. Again, since the blush for this look is kind of the star of the show, I'm just gonna do a soft layer of mascara so that it's just like, oh, so cute, so effortless, you know? All right, and now for lips, I'm gonna wipe off any foundation I got on the lips, but I'm gonna try to keep my lip balm on a little bit because I wanna show you guys something that I actually love to do with this formula. Let's see, I'm gonna line the lips a tiny bit with this Glossier lip liner in the shade Bit. This is a really pretty mauve. You could obviously do something super neutral on the lips, but I do want to show you something that I love doing with this. Because it's such a creamy formula, I'll actually take this, and if you've got a little lip balm residue and you just tap this color right on top and you kind of like work it in to the lips, you can create like quite a bit of a matchy lip look that literally matches your blush, because it is. That's one of my favorite things to do with Oasis specifically, because I mean, look at that. It just really ties the whole look together. Okay, so here's look number one using Oasis. I really do feel like this is such a pretty color, and again, it looks much more intense in the pan than it actually applies, especially if you use a light amount, if you have a skin tone similar to mine. But I hope you enjoyed seeing that first look, especially with a little hint of color on the lips for like a super monochromatic vibe. I think this color is so chic. It really just looks fresh. I don't know. I love this shade if you can't tell. I love all three, but Oasis really is so special. I love this makeup look. Okay, as far as lip and cheek pairings with effortless lips, if you didn't want to do like the blush on the lips thing and you wanted something to match, I definitely think Rose or Tulip is a great option. Here, let me show you. Tulip especially like pairs very nicely with this. Obviously, Rose is a little bit more intense, so it just depends on what you're going for, you know? You could also pair these with neutrals, but I do feel like Tulip, if you want to like match, is like a pretty good, more matchy-matchy shade. Let me show you. I feel like Oasis does to the cheeks what Tulip does to the lips. It just like brings life to the face. You guys know I've said that quite a bit with this color. But I think this lip and cheek pairing is gorgeous if you want like just a fresh pop of color all over. I don't think it's too overpowering, especially since the eyes are so soft. I always kind of like try to follow a rule of thumb of like pick 2 out of the 3 things out of your eyes, cheeks, and lips. And since the eyes are soft, I think having more of a bold color on the cheeks and lips works for this look. While we're here, let me show you what Rose looks like in case you're interested. I think for winter, this would be the prettiest little holiday look, especially with a little like frosty eye topper. You're kidding. That would be just gorgeous. So here's Oasis with Rose on the lips. I think this one's obviously a little more of a bold look, but still so fresh and so cute, especially for winter. You're kidding. It would be perfect. So that's my go-to look with Oasis. Very simple, very effortless, but that's the whole energy of this whole brand. So I hope you guys like that look. We're gonna move on to Daydream, which is our peachy pink shade. So let me kind of reset my face and I'll be right back. All right, I reset my face. I did keep a little bit of makeup on from that first look, but I'm gonna add to it and you guys will get the idea of like how I like to do my makeup with this. All right, Daydream is our peachy pink shade. This is such a classic, like staple color. I knew I had to have something like this in the first 3 shades that we launched because I just feel like in general, this is such a go-to shade for so many people. When it comes to Daydream, I love to just do classic, like fresh, peachy makeup looks. This also goes really well if you've got a little bit more on the eyes, but you don't want the cheeks to like compete, but you still want to look fresh and youthful. This is a great color. So let me just show you rather than telling you. All right, I'm gonna hop back into the Mario palette. We're gonna take this color right here, this one, and I'm gonna start to create a little bit more of an eye look. I typically do a little bit more on the eyes when wearing Daydream. Again, you can wear these however you want. That's just kind of what I've noticed. Well, and Paradise as well, because Paradise is kind of great for when you've got a lot on the eyes and you don't want anything else to kind of take away from it. That's when Paradise is great. But Daydream just, she's so classic. So I also love to take, you guys know I've been doing this for years with blush in general, but I love to take whatever blush I'm wearing and just pop it through the crease. Especially with this color, I think it just warms things up a little bit and it looks really, really nice. Let's go ahead and use something a little more golden on the eyes. I'm gonna take this color right here from the Urban Decay Naked palette. Let's use Sidecar. I guess this is more of like a taupey gold, but you could use like more of a warm gold. That's what's nice about Daydream is it kind of works with a lot of different things as far as like eyeshadow goes, because it's just a classic peachy pink blush. Oh my gosh, I found my Fenty eyeliner. I love using this eyeliner, especially lately with Daydream, because I just love, you know, having slightly more warm tone details on the eyes. I think it complements the cheeks, also the lips, which we'll get to. I'm also gonna do a little bit of like an eye brightener on the waterline. This one is from Victoria Beckham. Let's pretend like we don't already have a little mascara on, but I'm gonna add a little more mascara. This time I'm applying a black mascara. This one's from Cali Ray, which I'm almost out of. Oh my gosh, I need to restock this. All right, I feel like we need a little bit more of like a healthy bronze color on the face. So I'm gonna use this RMS Beauty bronzer. This is their Redimension Hydra Bronzer in Beach Walk Betty. It does have a little bit of a glow to it, but I think that that's gonna look really great just with this overall vibe. You could totally use a matte bronzer if you're into that. But I feel like having kind of like that healthy, glowy finish will tie in with the finish of the blush as well. So I'm just gonna kind of swirl this onto the cheeks. just to warm up my complexion. All right, now for the star of the show, let's hop into Daydream. By the way, if you didn't see my reveal and launch video, these blushes are variegated, which means there's actually two colors that are marbled together to create the blush shade. So for this one, there's a pink and a peach, and that's what makes the pinky peach. That was such a fun process for me to develop the shades with two shades combined. It was honestly a little bit challenging, but very fulfilling once it actually came together. So same thing, we're gonna tap the brush onto the pan. Again, with this color, I don't have to be as careful as Oasis, but these blushes are pigmented, but they're also buildable. So I feel like I can go in a little more intense with this one and it doesn't look crazy on me because this shade is the lightest shade out of the three. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take that, tap it into the back of my hand, and same exact thing, we're gonna start to press this into the cheeks. This brush is so good, if I do say so myself. It's so soft, plus it's so pretty. I just love it. And it really just like hugs the entire cheek, which I love. Because for me, I love to have a little bit more of like a diffused blush placement. So I love that I can like press it onto the actual apples of the cheeks. Then you can hold it more head on and you can actually buff it into the skin if you want to. Something like this. I love to take my blush across the nose. But you can see how just like classic and fresh and cute and peachy this color is. I don't think I'll ever get over how it makes my skin look. You can see that it gives like a little bit of like a healthy glow. I don't even want to say glow because it's not super in your face, but it just looks like skin. That's what I should say. That's what I was going for with the finish of the blush because I know a lot of you guys love the glow. I'm somebody who loves a little bit more matte, so I try to give it like a little bit of the best of both worlds when it came to the finish, and I love how these turned out. I truly find myself skipping highlighter entirely because I just feel like my whole complexion looks healthy. You could of course layer any highlighter on top of these, but I love the finish on its own. All right, so now for the lips, I love pairing Daydream with Effortless Lips, obviously. And the two shades that I feel like, again, if you want to get kind of more matchy-matchy, monochromatic, I would recommend either Peony or Poppy with this color because this is a new Poppy. Somehow I like keep losing. Actually, I don't keep losing all my Effortless Lips. They end up in all my purses because they're literally my everyday lipstick. I had to grab a new Poppy, but this Peony is well loved already. You can see either of these lip colors look absolutely fantastic paired with Daydream. These are just suggestions, you guys. You can wear whatever lipstick you want, but Poppy and Peony look especially good. I think I'm gonna wear Peony today because I feel like so many of you guys love that color. So many people are like, Peony is the new Dahlia, you know? And I feel the same way. Honestly, it was kind of meant to be similar to Dahlia in the sense that like it could be Your Lips But Better kind of a color, but it's less mauve and more of a true petal pink. By the way, that was the Glossier lip liner in Grip. Let's apply Peony. You guys can see how cute this looks when paired with Daydream. Like, it's perfect. Poppy also looks gorgeous with Daydream, but how pretty is that? Okay, we're gonna assess the situation a little bit. I kind of want more blush in my eyelid just to really tie everything together. But then I think we're done with this look. All right, so there's the finished look. This is one of my go-to looks using the shade Daydream. I just think it lends itself to a very classic, golden, fresh and healthy makeup look. It's also great for every day with just a little bit of mascara and a lip balm. You know, it's one of those colors that are foolproof in my opinion, so I hope you guys liked seeing one of my go-to looks using this color. I love Daydream. She's such a good one, such a staple. I'm gonna reset my makeup look again and I'll show you my favorite look to do using Paradise. Hold on, before I get ahead of myself, I realized because I showed you guys what Rose looked like with Oasis, let's put Poppy on so you can see in case you are curious to see how it looks with Daydream. This is also such a perfect color to wear with that blush. I love this color paired with Daydream. It's interesting because I feel like when you wear Peony, it almost pulls out more pink in the blush. And then when you apply Poppy, you really see the peachiness of the blush. So either one worked great with this blush, but hopefully that was helpful to see them actually on my lips. All right, I reset my whole face for this look because it's necessary. You'll see why in a second. So we're gonna move on to Paradise. Again, Paradise was inspired by just that gorgeous sun-kissed look that you get when you're on vacation. I wanted to combine like a toasted tan color with a more sun-kissed pink shade, and I love how this one turned out, you guys. This one took quite a bit of tweaking to get here, but I love where we ended up. And it's crazy because this look that I'm about to show you has become my most go-to look out of the 3 that I've shown you, even though everything that I shared are genuinely like my go-to things with each shade. I find myself doing this look so often because it is so easy to do. So when I really don't have time to get ready, I use Paradise, and you'll see why. It is a color that I feel like works in so many ways. It's better again to show you than tell you. So when it comes to this shade, this is optional, but I do find myself often doing a little faux freckle. So I've got my foundation and concealer on. I have not powdered yet. I like to do a little bit of freckling before powder because I like for it to look as natural as possible. So I like to do it like underneath my powders. But this just kind of adds to that sun-kissed vibe when you've got some faux freckles going on. At least I think so. Sometimes I don't have time to do this, okay? And in those cases, you can skip this step, but just a couple full freckles. Now we're gonna go back into my Huda Beauty powder. By the way, I've been using Sugar Cookie all day today. That's the shade. And I'm going to press the powder into the face with my little powder puff. Now, normally when it comes to blush, I always use a bronzer. You guys know I love bronzer, okay? But there was one day where I was like in such a rush. I was like, I don't have time. So I was like, I gotta choose between a blush or a bronzer. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try Paradise kind of all over the face. And that's where this look was born. So let me show you again. Got my little blush brush here. This time with Paradise, you guys, I put this all over my face, okay? I will start out like on the cheeks as that gorgeous toasted sun-kissed color. The best part about doing this with faux freckles, I feel, is when you take this color across the nose, it just looks extra sun-kissed. So I'll tap this onto the cheeks, but then this is where I start to really buff the brush into the face, especially if I'm in a rush. I'll take this and apply it like in this area here, which is also something that my sister showed me she was doing with Paradise, and I was like, I'm gonna copy you. So I literally swirl it into the eyes, into the brows. We go across the nose, but that's not it. I even take this, even though it's like technically a blush, I take this and I'll take a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. And I'll literally apply it to the forehead and on the chin. Like I literally put this everywhere. There are obviously so many other ways you could wear Paradise. You can do more of a smoky eye, and this is a great color to pair with something more bold on the eyes because I just feel like it gives the most subtle color to the cheeks out of all 3. But this is by far my favorite way to wear it, and I shock myself every time when I'm done with this look. I'm like, wait, how did I not wear bronzer? And I actually love how it looks throughout the day. So because I do this look typically when I'm running late, I don't even do eyeliner or anything. Sometimes I'll throw in like a little brightening eyeliner in the waterline, which I've got a little bit left over from my previous look. But this is seriously the fastest makeup routine ever because you just have to like slap on your foundation or tinted moisturizer, concealer, powder, and then you scribble your face with Paradise and it's done. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of my mascara. This is L'Oreal Telescopic, just for like a little bit of a fluffy lash look today. I'm going in again with just a little more. I love this color so much. Okay, for lips, I do usually like to go for a little bit more of like a cool toned liner. So I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Total Taupe Pencil again. This is the one that we used on the eyes for the Oasis look, but it's one of my favorite lip liners. Just a little bit, and then I blend it out with my finger. And then for lip pairings, when it comes to effortless lips, I love Dahlia or Lily personally. Again, you guys, you can wear whatever you want. But if you already have effortless lips at home and you're like, okay, but what blush do I wear? I feel like these two are perfection with Paradise, as you can see. They're both so pretty. I actually recently, even though Dahlia is like my ride or die, okay, love Dahlia, but I will say with this look, I have been reaching for Lily quite a bit. I think just because it's like that toasted look, there's something about a little bit more of a muted lip that I'm loving. So this is Lily, and I just love the whole vibe. I don't know, I think it looks so pretty. Let me take down my hair so you can kind of see what everything looks like on its own. Again, this is very much like a 5-minute face situation, but I don't know what it is about it. I think it looks so like fresh, clean, and natural. Just having like a little blush, like just one color kind of throughout the entire face, there's something about it that I just love. So this is my look using Paradise. I feel like this shade is just perfection, if I do say so myself. But this is seriously such a great go-to look, especially if you're a busy mom like me. You want to look polished, you want to look healthy, but you want to cut out several steps. Paradise is your girl. It's such a good color. I feel like this is a great blush if you're somebody who maybe doesn't wear blush all the time. It's a nice in-between since it has that toasted color throughout. It just looks like it's coming from your skin, especially if you have more of like a medium skin tone as well. It's gonna look so beachy and sun-kissed and just like, toasted perfection. So I love this color. Before I close the video, I wanna show you guys Dahlia on the lips in case you're a Dahlia girly, which I know so many of you guys are. Here's what Dahlia looks like with Paradise. I think Dahlia also looks incredible with this color, but definitely has a little bit more of that mauve-y pink look. So if you want to have, you know, a little more something on the lips, it's still obviously very much an everyday 5-minute face look. Dahlia is a great option as well. So there you have it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing like my go-to looks using my new blushes. It makes me so excited to know that you guys are gonna be able to finally wear these. I can't wait for you to receive your orders. I can't wait to see the looks you create with these. I hope you love them as much as I do, and I hope that this video gave you some inspo when you receive your blushes to just like hopefully be able to help you incorporate them into your everyday routine the way that they've become a part of my everyday life. I love these. And thank you guys again for making our reveal and launch day so special. I wouldn't be able to do this without every single one of you guys. I know that sounds like such a cliche phrase to say, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's because of you and your love and support and your belief in me that I'm able to keep doing this, you know, and keep bringing you guys products that I love, and in turn I hope you end up loving. It's just been like the greatest journey of my life. Like, I love doing this so much. Let me know in the comments if you want anything else specific around these blushes. Is there anything that would help you guys? The formula really does the most. Like, I wanted that with this blush. I wanted it to not be intimidating no matter what your skill level is. So it's really a foolproof formula in general. But if you have any questions, if there's anything you need help with, please comment down below. I would love to help you. If you have any other types of videos you want me to see using RAVIE products, let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't believe I just filmed this. I've been waiting to do this for so long, and it's so fun to finally like use these on camera, and I can't wait to create more looks using these blushes because they are my favorite. Obviously, I love them. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.